Well, it's finally getting to be fallish outside. I think that's a word. I'm not sure. But whatever it's getting to be, it's starting to get a little cooler at nighttime, and people are thinking about their fireplaces. This scene that I've got going in the background is a winter scene with a nice fireplace going. Hey, let's take a few minutes here. Let's go over your inspection report. Let's answer some questions ahead of time, and then do feel free to give me a call anytime. Our contact numbers will be at the end of the video. And so let's dive right in. Stay with me now. Okay, now let's take a look at the inspection report and see how it reads out. This is a generic report. This is exactly what you will get, only your information obviously will be filled into all these blanks. The upper right-hand corner of the report is the legend. Each one of these initials pertain to something. A is consistent with the age of the chimney. B, see comments below. C, repairs needed. D, need further evaluation. Or E, not applicable. And they're placed into the boxes next to the parts of the chimney that can be easily identified in this diagram. And then, of course, you'll find my comments here below. Now, let's take a look at your personal report. So stay with me. Hey, Ray, we were out at the house today and inspected and swept out both fireplaces and their chimneys. And I'll take a moment and go over this inspection report with you, if I may. As we look in the living room fireplace, this fireplace has had fairly light use. The hearth extension is proper. The surround, this is the area between the opening of the fireplace and the nearest wood area, which is the surround. That needs to either be 6 or 12 inches, and it's fine in there. That's proper clearance. Damper's working well. We look up in the smoke chamber, and it's reasonable for the age of the house. Not have any problems there. We look in the flue system itself, though, and there's lots of gaps between the flue sections. Both your fireplace flues are built traditionally. They're 13 by 13 flue in 2-foot lengths. So that means every 2 feet you have these flue joints, and the mason not only didn't mortar them up tight, he just kind of spaced them out like this. And so there's lots of gaps, there's lots of openings, lots of areas where the gases of combustion and smoke can get into the walls of the house, and that's not a good thing. Den fireplace, it's almost as if this was built by somebody completely different. You notice there is no clearance here, almost no clearance, about 2 inches to the surround of the opening of the fireplace. You need a minimum of 6 inches. That is a fire hazard, actually, and it's against code. Hearth extension needs to be 20 inches out. It's not. There again, another could be fire hazard, definitely against code. Mortar missing between the bricks and the back wall of the firebox. There's some cracks, cracked brick in there. This is just me showing you the lengths are not correct. This is the surround and the hearth extension. We look at that flue system, and it's every bit as bad as the living room one. It's certainly not going to contain the gases of combustion. And my suggestion here is just simply not use the den fireplace, because on top of everything else, the size of this fireplace opening is so large that it needed an 18-inch, I did the math, it needed an 18 by 18-inch flue system, not a 12 by 12. There's an actual direct relationship between the size of the mouth of the fireplace and the size of the flue. This thing will smoke up your house like a big dog, because there's so much air going in here, and so little of it is going to go up the chimney because it's going to bottleneck up at the base of the flue. The flue is not adequate for allowing the smoke to go up and out. So that's a big problem, and that can't really be repaired. You can't now then go back through and put a larger flue in there, because the brick chase or chimney is not large enough. It won't accommodate it. So that's a big problem that I'd like to discuss with you sometime. You folks get a chance to call. Let's see. Let's go to the outside. Stainless steel cap covering both the, this is the den fireplace flue here, and this is the living room one. Here's a side view of that. You can see the cracks in the crown up here. That's a leaky crown. Also needs to be repoured. Here's just a kind of looking down at the top underneath the cap. So folks have questions for me. I also included, let's see where it is, included pictures on how the living room flue could be repaired. And that is, if you look at my information here, you'll see that that is my recommendation. That the living room, my recommendation is not to use the den fireplace, and repairing the living room fireplace flue and repouring the crown. I've given you some prices on doing that, and this is basically the reason why you don't want a leaky chimney, and here's how it would be repaired. So questions for me, give me a call, 704-526-6348. You can text me on that number or email me at chris@affordablesweep.com. Thank you.